What up, Barb Gang? It's your boy JKG Brandon back with some more Diablo Immortal content for you guys. Before I get into it, I want to thank you all for all the support on the channel. You guys are amazing. We're going to keep moving forward here, try to get to that 1,000 sub goal by the end of the year. That being said, y'all know I'm always trying to tweak and try to find something different, trying to find a new fun thing to do. So let's hop right up into it. I want to try to keep this one as fairly short and sweet as we can. What I'm kind of trying out recently, I got the full 6-piece Gloom Guide set. And I've been playing around with different sets, different combinations, mount banks, Vithus and everything. And got a suggestion to run a 4-piece Gloom Guides with a 2-piece Grace, and I tested it out and it felt okay, but I decided let's go ahead and flip that around. Let's try a 4-piece Grace with a 2-piece Gloom Guide. So I went ahead and kept my 2 Gloom Guides rings, and then put all my other all of my Grace pieces on, just because those pieces actually happen to be for the most part a little bit better as far as CR goes. Definitely big hit to my CR in general with this. Puts us, 63, but we have decent stats on our armor penetration, so not too worried about it at all. And then as far as the skills go, we'll kind of go over those in a second. We'll look at the geared bins we're on this particular screen. We're gonna run Lasting Hate for Wrath of the Berserker, so we're going to run Wrath of the Berserker. We're going to run Tracker's Rage, so we get additional 10% damage after our Furious Charge, which is also going to proc our Gloom Guide, so we're going to get an additional 15% over that 3-second span right after procking that. Coming Storm on our shoulders, so we're going to have that additional cooldown decrease, decretion? that additional decreased cooldown off of our Wrath of the Berserker. We're going to run Screaming Fury, so we get that nice knock up at the end. And then also we're going to run Broken Soul, so we get that additional crit rate. So we can actually run that instead of having the 4-piece Gloom Guide set, because with the 4-piece Gloom Guides, we do get that additional 22.5% on our crit chance. So by not running the 4-piece, we're going to stick with, getting the 50% from our Broken Soul and Wrath of Berserker. And then I'm going to run the Hewer, so we can actually run the Grab Chokeslam animation. I'm calling this the Grab and Go. We'll just hop right up in here we're going to, cruise on down here let's go ahead and do 170. Let's just hop into 170. I have no idea if we'll be able to kill this with 170 or not. We'll take a look though. Basically the order of operations idea is proc your Wrath of the Berserker, Furious Charge in, knock them up in the air. While they're in the air, grab them with the grab, and we're gonna keep that Gloom Guide set, nice and active. So I'm actually gonna come down here to these blue mobs right here, so we can kind of get a little bit more there. Let's go ahead and pop our Berserker charge into the middle, and then we can come in, and you can see we're getting some decent procs here as far as damage goes. So not too shabby, to be completely honest. And the fact that we're getting, what is that, 22,000 on that, and we are doing basically 50% less damage on this particular, version of the challenge rift. So 50% less damage, basically, I mean, you can basically double that. So we would be doing somewhere around, if we're doing 23, we would be doing somewhere around 46 on those particular procs. And, that's not too bad, especially when we're getting, what is that, 10 from our, Tracker's Rage, and 15. So we're getting for at least a 3-second time period there, not for a full, long duration, but a good little small, 3-second time window. We have about 25% extra damage, which is really decent. So this one is kind of fun. I don't think it's necessarily going to be like a really meta changing type of a build. I think with, if you're going to run it in a rift like this, um, I would drop, Undying Rage for something like maybe Whirlwind, um, or just another damage skill like maybe Cleave, or, you could, buy right on into the dash and the gloom guides and run, say, leap, because that gives you another dash skill. You can't run the whirlwind with the dash on it if you're going to run the grab with the dash, because those both, unfortunately, those both use the main hand weapon to unlock the gloom guides on it, so you can't use them both. It's basically one or the other on those, but you can run the charge and the leap along with either one and still be able to do everything you want to do. We're running the lacerate, main attack, just because it hits pretty hard. Very slow animation, which I wish it was a faster animation. But you can do things like run a sprint, so you get that movement speed bonus, which is going to give you a faster animation on it as well. So I mean, you can do a lot of different things. But yeah, we're getting pretty decent crits here. Nothing meta changing. I think in Vault, you could pretty much run this in Vault and have good success. I would not run this in Battlegrounds. I don't think this would be viable in Battlegrounds, but because Vault is such tight quarters, I think you could actually get away with this. Would I personally run this in Vault? No. You can, and it probably wouldn't do too bad. I just value my Whirlwind so much that I would actually prefer to run Whirlwind over the grab. The grab is definitely, it's an okay skill for control. Grabbing an actual player with their, resonant, or I'm sorry, not their resonance, with their resistance and everything that it takes to grab another player. Also just their movement. They're not, AIs just lining up, ready to let us attack them the entire time. So that's another thing that you have to kind of consider when running grab in PvP, whether it's Vault or Battlegrounds. It's more of a meme skill. Unless you're a 7k resonance whale that is basically getting everything that you want and then some, I think you're not going to really be able to run Vault in PvP against other players, especially if you're in a situation like myself where you are, I'm 2k resonance. Sure, some people, especially free to play players and new players, may be looking at that and saying, oh my God, you're such, that's a lot, right? In Diablo Immortal terms specifically, that's not much. When you have when you get queued into a Battlegrounds, because you won a couple Battlegrounds in a row, and you're sitting there, against 5-6k res players, you're definitely at a disadvantage when you are running at 2k resonance. So I could not run this set in a Battlegrounds. I could run it in Vault. Like I said, I would probably drop either Wrath of the Berserker or grab for Whirlwind. It would be a toss up between the two. And the reason why I would say potentially Wrath of the Berserker instead of the grab is more so not the damage that we get from it, because we could actually run a different offhand and actually get the movement speed bonus from it and the attack speed bonus, which will actually help as well. But I would rather keep Wrath than grab, just because Wrath is going to give us more chances to do damage and get those kills. Where grab, half the time if we run grab, it's going to just, take it away, take, the kill away from a wizard or a necro, take us out of that CC range from those classes, and it's going to put us in a situation where we just isolated somebody, but at the cost of potentially getting that kill faster. So grab, while it is a fun skill to use, it's one of my favorite skills to use because it is just fun. I don't necessarily think it's going to be viable to run on a regular basis if you know you're going to get queued up against, you know, certain people and you just want to have fun. Absolutely. If you're just looking for having fun, absolutely run it, and then potentially drop the Wrath of the Berserker, put on your Whirlwind, maybe give your Whirlwind take off Tracker's Rage, and run the Gathering on your chest piece. That way you can suck everybody in, hit them with that Furious Charge, get that Gloom Guides proc, grab them with that, do the slam, and then come back in with another Furious Charge proc to get some more damage. There's a lot of different things you can do, but I do like the 4-piece Grace with the 2-piece Gloom Guides. It does seem to proc really well. In open world, I'm seeing, you know, crits upwards of, you know, we're seeing crits upward of, you know, 80K, you know, 70, 80K. I've seen on some, like when we get the nice Grace proc off that 4-piece, when it crits. But like we'll come in here to a Elder Rift real quick. We'll pop this and let's see, you know, so 40K, you know, easy 40K, you know, 50K, 72, you know, so you can kind of see against like open world stuff, if you want to do this, you know, if you are going to run this in, say, a vault, and then after you're done with your vault and you're out, you know, farming the open world, doing things as a group, whatever you're doing, you could still run something like this in that situation and not, you know, hold your team back, so to speak. That's pretty much what I have to say about this one. Again, like I said, I'm going to call this the grab and go comp, grab and go build. Let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with this, you know, my assessment of this, whether it's viable in the vault or battlegrounds? If you do disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. I love to hear what you think about it. If you have another, you know, build, whether it's a meme build just for fun, or it's something that you want to see, you know, really giving a test, something like, you know, running a Windloft set or something, you know, just to really test something out. And let me know in the comments below, as always. And as always, if you like the video, go ahead and drop a like, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload and don't miss a thing. That being said, I'm JKG Brandon. Y'all been amazing. I will see you in the next one. Peace.